It's just made to be a thought-provoking episode. Like really, really think about this stuff, right? Like truly, how come it matters to you, right? Get to the root of that. Get to the root of why what people say or what you think they will say or do or what they're doing in their lives. Like get to the root on why that even matters to you at all.
To some, boundaries are just placing limits. To me, it's where the limitless things begin.
Hello, 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 and thank you for tuning into the Boundaries and More podcast with Jess Abraham, your favorite boundaries coach. And today's episode is brought to you by Joyful Styles. Joyful Styles is a lifestyle brand that provides premium quality apparel that promotes joy and positivity. Joyful Styles believes how we approach a situation matters, and choosing to be joyful makes all the difference. You have the power, and it's time to embrace it. So get your Joyful Styles apparel at joyfulstyles.com. That's JOYFULSTYLEZ.com. Let's go. Let's go. Look, for those of you who have not yet taken that boundaries quiz, take some time out, just 2 minutes of your day to take that boundaries quiz. The link for you is in the show notes. However, if you want me to send it right over to you, I got you. I can do that, and I will. All right, text me the word boundaries. Again, that's the word boundaries to 210-801-9153. And I got you. All right, let's get into it. Let's get into it, y'all. I've been thinking. Okay, yeah. So we don't want no copyright stuff there. But look, I've been thinking, y'all, and something I've been thinking about because it's just I see it often and I've experienced this thing and just been thinking, but really what I want to do in this episode particularly is to get you to think. Right? Because thinking is one of the most powerful things we can do. And I really want you all to take some time to just think. Like, so this episode is really meant to be thought-provoking and still give you practical things, but to actually think about and to do. But like, yeah, let's just get right into it, right? Y'all see it. Why do you care? Right? Why do you care? Right? There's so many ways I can go with this, but where I'm going to start is, again, because I see it. Why do you care what people say and or what you think they will do when it comes to something about you? Like, why do you care? Right? I'm not here to necessarily answer all those questions for you. Not today, right? Maybe we can talk and maybe work one-on-one and we can go into some stuff. But I just want you to think about that. Really, really think about that. Why do you care what other people think? Why do you care what other people do? Why do you care of the things that you think other people will say or do? Like, why? Right? Just why? Ask yourself why. Why do you care? Right? I'm not telling you again to care or not care or whatever. I personally, I'm not. I don't really care so much. I'm not into necessarily other people's business like that. That's just not my thing. Like just thinking about it recently, I was talking with my wife and a group of people about this, and we was talking about, like, I guess my wife likes telling me about stuff that goes on and on social media, or this person business, that person, like, she about that life and into that kind of stuff. But then when she, tell me, oh, did you know such and such? Okay. Or she tell me like a whole story about somebody's in their life and whatever, it has nothing to do with us, me, whatever. But she like to tell me, I'm like, okay. Like, they're human. People are human beings. I don't really care that much. I really don't, because I'm just like, okay, what are we doing? Can this help me impact other people's lives? Is it impacting my life? Is it impacting our life? Like, what is it doing? Like, so personally, I don't really care about that stuff, but it's like, some people do, right? Some people want to be in the know. They need to know all the gossip. They need to know all the stories, whose life is doing whatever. That's not necessarily my wife in this situation. That's not her thing. She don't go super in the weeds like that, but she do there's stuff that be on social media that she brings to me and want to inform me on. And I couldn't really care any less because I really don't care about that stuff, y'all. I don't, right? I get on social media, do it. I felt that God laid in my heart to do, and I just go about my business. I don't even be on there like that. Like, so, if somebody see me, like, may have responded to something or tag me in something, and I see it like weeks later, a month later. Just sometimes it depends on the season, right? Because sometimes I might see it more immediate than that, but it's just I don't really care enough. Like, I don't really care about that kind of stuff. But it's like, yeah, I don't. So basically, I'm not concerned about what's going on in other people's lives. Not if they're not volunteering that information to me. Not if they're not coming to me and asking for assistance and things of that sort. Like, to me, it's irrelevant. Like, I don't really care. I don't, right? It's so much things in my life, in our lives, that we have going on that I'm thinking about and doing, and I'm just like, look, I just want to be on one accord with God. Like, that's what my focus is, not what other people are doing or not doing, or things of that sort, right? So, but ask yourself, why do you care? Even if you're that someone, like, why do you care to be in other people's business so much and things of that sort? Like, just think about this stuff, right? Again, it's just made to be a thought-provoking episode. Like, really, really think about this stuff, right? Like, truly, how come it matters to you, right? Get to the root of that. Get to the root of why what people say or what you think they will say or do or what they're doing in their lives. Like, get to the root on why that even matters to you at all. Like, what is it, right? What are the underlying causes in your life? What is, like, the events that may have happened in your life to kind of like turn you into that, like, thinking like that and doing that and caring so much in that way, right? Like, just think about these things. Like, it's important, y'all, because what I realize is that some people, right, they just want to move without rectifying, like, whatever it's they're dealing with now, right? They just want to kind of like set it, forget it, and keep it moving, right? There's levels to that, right? I want to say that there's levels to just setting and forgetting and keeping it moving, right? We're not talking about living in the past. We're not talking about dwelling, because yep, I'm not for that either. I'm not about dwelling on old stuff and all the things, right? No victim mentality, no sitting in that stuff. I just, nope, not for me, and I don't rock with it, right? And I don't really have people around me that just likes to dwell in that place. But what I'm saying is, right, as the book says, right, you can't put new wine in old wineskin, right? Something about you, something about your mentality, something must change, right? For something to change. Period, right? Just something must change. Starting again with that mindset and thinking about this. So really, really doing this work, right? Because what I've noticed is some people try to run from the inner work to get to whatever else. But the thing that's holding you back from going to the next level or doing what it is that you are required to do, or you've been called to do, right, is that inner work that you've been avoiding. I'm gonna let that sit. I got you, God. I will look. The inner work is the thing that you need to address, that you must address. You must work through, reprogram all the things to keep it moving, right? But it won't, the thing you're on the other side you're looking to get to won't work unless that you actually deal with that stuff. You can't just run from these things and pray, hope and pray that it all just go away. Like, God can do amazing things, but I'm pretty sure we've been in situations and things have happened in our lives for us to learn these lessons to help make us better, right? The people that God's created us to be, right? We must do that inner work before we keep it moving. So get to the root of the things, y'all. Get to the root. Like, right? Start thinking back. Write it down, right? Don't just, like, I want you to think about this stuff, but I also want you to write it down, because sometimes you just need to get it out. Right? That might be as simple as that is what it takes. Just get it out. Get it out of your brain, get it out of your heart, get it out of your mind. Like, just get it out. Write it down, right? Write it on a piece of paper, right? Take notes on your phone, whatever. Just get it out and really list those things. What really got me here? Like, what's up? Like, what's going on? Like, really get it out. Yeah. I want to, I've mentioned to you all, and I've had this, the podcast episode that what you want matters, and it truly, truly matters, right? But I want you to think about this because I've seen it, and some of you listening to this may have experienced this and are currently doing this right now. Like, I've mentioned what you want matters, but it's like for some people, I want you to think about how come you rather put other people's desires before yours, right? Well, how come you rather do that instead of like putting what God has called you to do, right? Your dreams, your goals, the desires, because I believe God gave us the desires of our hearts. So instead of you putting your desires forefront and thing, you put everything to the back burner, right? You put everything behind the scenes. You put everything just to the side, even just set it and forget it. And you helping other people achieve their dreams, goals, and desires. Or you're looking to what you can do, insert here in this person's life and insert there in that person's life, all while forgetting about yourself. What you want matters, right? Even when it comes to the kiddos, right? Some people have kiddos and then they just totally just forget about their dreams and goals and desires. Like, I don't know. I'm not so sure that was part of the plan. I'm pretty sure God set it up a way that you can have these babies and still do the things that you've been called to do, right? Because ultimately you've been called to do it. There's no way around that, right? Now, there's some things that God want to bless you with and you're not doing, and then God's like, all right, well, I'm gonna get the next person to do it, and you just miss out on your blessings, the abundance and prosperity that I have for you, and get somebody else to do it, right? Yep. Nope. I personally, right? If I care about anything, why do I care? I care about God leaving me behind. Now, I don't want that. The people and all the things that other people are doing in the world and that's their business. But I care about being in alignment and on assignment and in my purpose. Like, because that's what's important to me, y'all. So I want you to think about that. How come you rather put those other people's dreams, goals, and desires before your own, right? You want to help everybody else do all the things. Meanwhile, you're feeling unfulfilled, unhappy, and all these different things, right? Like, how come you rather do that instead of really like taking care of you, right? That, like, this is important. Like, I'm gonna let y'all know that some people, and it gets my heart every time when I think about it. I'm just like, wow, like there's really people that feel this way. Now, I've noticed, and there are people out there that feel that they aren't worthy, right? And they show it in their actions, right? So instead of them, really being about their business, right? Standing on their business, their goals, their dreams, their desires. Instead of them doing that, they rather put everybody else in front of them and stuff because you feel like, well, this person is worthy and I'm not. I'm here to demystify that. If you're here, right? And God has put something in you, then you're worthy. Period. The fact that you're here, period, really shows that you're worthy, right? God has so many options, but chose you to be here, to call you for a certain assignment, right? Chose you to do your part and do your work in this world for the kingdom. Right? God, like, man, y'all, it's amazing to even think about so many options. But with all my faults, all my whatever, God still said, yep, you the one. You the one. So God chose me. So I know I'm worthy. I don't need no earthly person, human being telling me that I am. Right? I believe that I am because God says that I am. God showed me. that I am. Right. And I want to just impart that on you. I want you to think about that. Right. Because again, I've heard it. It broke my heart. Really, like my heart just started like, this person said, yeah, I didn't believe who am I to have boundaries? Who am I to, oh man, I've mentioned this before, but I'm like, man, like you're a child of God is who you are. Like that right there alone. God created you. Oh man. Oh God. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. God is so good. So good, y'all. You are worthy. I want to let you in on a little secret. And it's really not a secret. It's big, bold, and out there. You are worthy. Right? 'Cause I noticed that that's been a reason that some people choose just forget about their things. Right? It does. We must stop that today, y'all. From today forward, right? We got change that mentality, change your mind about it. Like, just man, God really did choose me over all the options, right? So many options, but God chose me. Like that within itself, man. I'm telling you that's it, right? But I'm telling you, instead of, right, like let's do that instead of feeling like, oh, I'm not worthy, and you showing it in your actions by letting people take advantage of you and things of that sort. Like, nope. Today is the day. Today is the day. Today is the greatest day that you can do this, right? Today is the most beautiful day. Today is the day that you decide to do something different. Today is the day that you know you are worthy. Even if you don't really feel it all yet, it's okay. Just keep telling yourself you get there. You will. Just keep telling yourself. But today is the day that you start speaking life, right? We talked about this. Today is the day you start speaking life over yourself. You are worthy, right? Say it with me. I am worthy. I am worthy, right? And part of this could be why you care, right? Why do you care? Right? Part of that, it all it's all connected. It's all connected. And I love it, y'all. I love it. Now, in all these things, when you think about stuff like why do you care, and things that happen, and the things that people do, and all these different things, right? I also want you to think about what's the worst thing that can happen. Like, truly, like, what's the worst thing that can happen? Because people really go like start to formulate these worst case scenarios that never even happen. They're so far fetched, it's ridiculous, right? But I want you to get so far fetched and ridiculous, so when the thing that is the worst case, like, it doesn't seem that bad. It's not that worse, right? Like, for example, like, all right, I remember again back in college at good old Georgia State, right? The real GSU, right? Okay. My mom called me that day, right? She called me, and then I told we had to put these boundaries. No, ma, no. Like, no, what was the worst thing that could happen, right? The worst thing that could happen, and what happened, right, is my mom, she stopped talking to me for a little while. Like, she did. Yeah, she came around, and eventually, we mend things and all that stuff. And we have a great relationship now, things of that sort. But then that was the thing that can happen. She stopped, right? But it's like, even within that, not necessarily the best situation, not necessarily the outcome that I wanted or whatever, but I also knew that, like, it wasn't the end of the world. Right? It wasn't the end of the world, regardless of what. My mom, God used my mom to bring me here, but it's not the end of the world if my mom stopped talking to me, right? It's not. I still have God. I still have a great supportive community around me. Like, I still have people in my life, right? Y'all, that's really the cheat code. Know that God is always there. No matter what the situation look like, no matter what is going on in your life, God is always there, right? And I want you to think about, like, just surround yourself with those supportive people, right? Get in a community. Get in a community with people who can help you and assist you, right? Like, it's important. It's really, really important, y'all. Like, Surround yourself with those people. If you don't know, you don't have a community right now, hey, reach out, apply, right? Apply to work with me and become a part of my community. You can do that, right? That's an option for you, right? Soon come, we'll have the community for, depends on when you're listening to this, it might be available to you already, but just having being part of the Boundaries and More community, right? With the rest of the boundary builders, right? Like putting that out there, like being a part of the community, get in the community for people that be supportive of you, that can assist you and help you, right? There's no shame in that at all. Like this, we're not meant to do life alone. It doesn't need to be with the people who are your blood, because I promise you, man, most of my friendship and people I call sis and bro and all this stuff, they're not my blood. But it's okay. I've created and created this family and this supportive community, right? Because it's important, and you can do that too, right? You're not just like stuck with the situation or circumstances and everything that you've been born into. You're not, right? Your blood don't make you family. Right? I have probably more family members that's not blood than really the association with family members who are blood. And that's okay, because I believe God gave us the ability to do that too. And I've taken full advantage. Period. All right. Look, y'all. So I want to just like flip things just a little bit. And I want you to still think about, why do you care? Right. But I want to know, like, why do you care? Like, about what it is that you do. Right? Why do you care if you're working somewhere that is not for you, but you continue to work there and things of that sort? Like, why do you care to do that? Right? Why do you care that you feel this strong desire in you, and you want to do something else, right? You haven't made that move yet, but you really have this strong desire to do it. And it's like, okay, why do you even care to do that? Like, what is it, right? What is it keeping you up at night? I know for me, like doing this work right here, I think about this all the time, right? I think about you day and night. I think about this work, right? This work, like, especially when I was in the military, I knew once, especially when I made up my mind and made the decision that this wasn't going, okay, we're not going to do the full 20. We're going to stop here halfway, whatever. We're not going to do the whole thing. Like, and I really decided, like, okay, this is what my life would look like, right? I care because I couldn't stop thinking about doing this work. I couldn't stop thinking about being more of an effective coach, right? Having this coaching business and doing this speaking engagements and all these different things. I just can't stop thinking about it. Like, it keeps me up at night. Like freeing you all up. It keeps me up at night. Like, oh, yep. I think about this. Like, how can I improve this certain things with kind of examples and things that I can use. Like, thank you, God, for putting it in my spirit. Some of the examples I use here, I promise you, I need to be thinking about for a while. Even when I take a little note about it, it's just some certain examples just right in the moment, it comes to me. And I appreciate God. I thank God so much for that. But it's like, this stuff is like, I love this. I love this. I can literally do it in my sleep. Right? Like, I love it so much. And it ignites me and fires me up when I am doing this work, right? That's why I'll be so excited on the podcast. And when I'm doing certain things that I know as I'm like, yes, I know you're excited. We got to slow it down. Just bring the excitement down just a little bit so that we can get the points and things across to the people. Like, it's important, right? But it's like, why do you care? Right? Why do you care? I care because I know what it'll do to free people up. Like, I feel like, y'all, I'm so free. And I want more people to feel this. I do. Like, I do. Oh, man. Y'all. Some of y'all just don't get it, and I understand, but I want you to. I want you to reach out. Take the time to really, really, right, experience that. And like, let's start here, right? Reach out to apply to work with me. Right? The link for you is in the show notes, right? It is in the show notes. However, I can text you as well, right? But you got to text me first. I'll send it to you, but you got to text me. Text me the word apply, to 210-801-9153. And I got you. I send all that over to you. Stuff you need to go. Like, just take the first step, right? I promise you, I will meet you where you are and we'll get you to the other side of this thing. But you got to take the first step, right? Why do you care? Right? Why do you care? Do you care enough about you to live the life that you dream of? Do you? Like, why do you care? And if you do, why? Right? Is it you want to do something, with the dash for your life? Right? You want to do, like, what is it? Why do you care? Learn, like, think about that and do that stuff first, right? I want you all who are ready to apply to do that. If you're not ready, don't. Please don't. Because I want you to have to actually think through this stuff, because there will be inner work that needs to be done. Period. Cat's out the bag. I don't think it actually ever was in the bag, but I'm just saying, right? There is the inner work that will need to be done first before you can get to the other side. And you working with me, I'm not going to BS you, right? We gonna really go through this stuff and get you to the other side. Because what we going to do, like the promise is, right, for you to stand up for yourself and feel good about it. It's not just for you to go back and think about whatever. Like, I mean that, right? The people I've worked with, and I just see the difference. It brings me so much joy too, y'all, to help free people up and help them to really stand up for themselves and feel good about it. They're not tripping when they stand up for themselves. They're like, I should do more of this. This feels lovely. This is nice. Like, y'all, I'm just saying. Like, and that's what I want to do. That's what I want to continue to do, man. There's some amazing stuff that'll be coming soon enough. And I'm just like, y'all, I don't want you to miss the boat. But if you decide you want to miss the boat, it's more of a yacht, but if you decide you want to miss it, hey, that's on you. And I'm okay with that, because God gonna put the right people in place that needs to be there, right? God gonna bring the right people into the community that needs to be there, right? To even help you, right? Because it'll be a community thing, right? Yes, it'll start with our interaction, but it grows. And you're open to so many other people who've been in your shoes or been in very similar situations. But then we grow as a community, y'all, because this thing, I want to let people know, it is reoccurring work. Like, this isn't a set it and forget it type thing. It's not. It's something that we intentionally do every single day. Every day. And sometimes when you got to do stuff every single day and you're like, I don't even know where to start. Like, you need the people around you to help lift you up and get you through that every single day motion. Right? Look, the community is here to help. All it takes, right, to say where two or more are gathered, right? That's it. All you need is an additional person or two, right? That's all you really need to help you get there. I'm just saying. All right, look, I'm going to leave that right there, y'all. Y'all got it. I just want you to know, think about it. Why do you care? Right? Really, write this thing out. Write these events out. Write the things that come to your mind like, man, when that happened, that changed the way I view this and that. Write these things down, right? That's that practical thing for you to do. Think about this. Really take some time and think about this and write these things out, right? Some of these things you'll need to write on a piece of paper because you need to burn it at the end, because you just need to get it out of your head, your heart. Like, come on. That's good too. Right? But write it out, y'all. Write it out. Look, that's what I got for y'all. That's what I got for you today. Just think about it. Why do you care? In all the things that you're doing. You start, why do I care? Why do I care to cook this meal instead of that meal? Right? Why do I care? Like, all the things, just ask yourself, why do you care? Right? And I think I'm pretty confident it'll start shifting things and you start seeing things a certain way that's going to be more beneficial to you. And I'm excited for your breakthrough. I really am. So look, y'all, that's all I got for you today, right? Take some time today to follow us on Instagram at Boundaries and More Podcast. Again, that's on Instagram at Boundaries and More Podcast. Also, y'all, look, take the time out this week, right? To do really today to do something to just start thinking through this stuff. But really this week, enjoy the week, right? And I want you, I really, 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 I mean it when I say it every single time. I mean it, right? I really want you to go out and have a beautifully, amazingly beautiful, right? Amazingly beautiful day. Enjoy the rest of your week and be back here next week for more Boundaries and More with Jess Abraham. Talk to y'all then.